Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I have a video that I've been thinking about doing for a long time, which is a video about all the Louis Vuitton items that I've sold and why. But before I get started, I want to introduce you to my sister's little puppy. Actually, he's not a puppy. He's a senior dog. His name is Bandito. He's a Havanese. He just loves to be held. But right now I have my sister's two dogs. Her rescue is right here. I don't know if you can see. There's Babaloo right there. And my little Boomer is right here. and I think my Toki is around here somewhere, but I can't find him. He was just here. He was going back. So today I'm gonna do a video about all the Louis Vuitton bags that I sold, and I actually have everything written out on my iPad Pro, and there's a lot. When I started to jot down all the things that I've sold, I was like, oh my gosh. You know, once you get down the luxury bag thing, it's a dangerous rabbit hole. But luckily, I don't think I lost too much money because I was able to buy a lot of this stuff pre-loved, or I bought it in Europe, or, you know, after I bought it, the price went up, or things like that. And I have never sold anything through any of the consignment stores. I've been able to sell it myself through eBay or Facebook group, but lately I'm too scared to sell anything with the state of mail system and the scamming that's going on, even more so I think these days. So I haven't sold anything recently, and I'm trying to be very careful about the things that I bring into my life these days. But anyway, if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I do videos on luxury bags, travel, lifestyle, and if you're interested in that kind of stuff, please, I would love it if you would consider subscribing and clicking the bell notification so that you'd be notified. I do videos about once a week talking about travel as part of my content. I'm going to be going on a trip with my husband and our dog Toki. We can't take Boomer because of his age, and it'd be too hard for him. So my sister is watching Boomer, and we're taking Toki, and we're gonna do a car travel to, I think, Asheville, North Carolina, and maybe Savannah. We don't know yet. But I'll try to film and do a travel video about that, about traveling with a dog. Toki's a very hyper-aware dog, so we're trying to socialize him a lot more and expose him to lots of different things. Let's go to the Louis Vuitton bags that I sold and why. And I'm gonna try to do it somewhat in order, but they're not really in order because I can't really remember exactly when I sold each of these items. And I sold them all at cost. Maybe if I made a profit, just a little bit of a profit, but I never made a huge profit, or just a little bit of a loss. So I didn't lose too much money on each of these sales. But you know, I don't remember the exact numbers. I'm not gonna go into that. But let me talk about the very first bag that I was gifted by my sister and my brother for a business deal that I had to do. And they were very thankful. As a thank you gift, they gave me a Louis Vuitton bag, and it was an Estrella MM. And I loved it, but I thought it was too big. In retrospect, maybe I should have kept that. So I went back to the Louis Vuitton store and I exchanged it, which was okay with my brother and sister. I exchanged it for horizontal Bertignaud and the Syracuse PM. So I got two bags for the price of one plus a little more. Like I had to put a little bit more of my own money. And I loved both of those bags. And let me tell you why I sold it. The horizontal Bertignaud is a perfect size tote that's not too big. It's like a medium-sized tote, it's like smaller than the Neverfull MM. But it fit, you know, regular size paper and everything, like what I would normally carry. Not a huge tote, which is not a problem. The problem that I had with that tote is the buckles. It would sort of scratch my arm, and I would get these welts on my arm, and that would itch. And so I thought, maybe this isn't the perfect one for me. And at that time, everybody was talking about the Totally MM. So I thought, okay, I'll sell that and get Totally MM in Damier Ebene. So that's what I did. So that's number one. Number two, Syracuse PM in Damier Azur. Great crossbody bag, fits plenty, you know, not too small, not too big. It was great. And I used it, and then Remember, this is about 10, 12 years ago when I first started to get into luxury bags, and I blame this rabbit hole of luxury bags squarely on my brother and my sister, because if they hadn't gifted me those two bags, I would still be carrying my old Furla bag. That bag was great until I started getting these little specks of dirt on the cream color zipper on top. And a couple times it really scared me. And also the interior was cream, and sometimes I would get these little black marks or whatever. It really scared me. I've never had such expensive bags, and so I couldn't really enjoy the pale color and how much dirt it attracted. So I sold that bag when it was still clean and there was no, you know, dirt. Once I got the dirt off, I was like, oh my God, I can't use this anymore. What an idiot. So I sold that and bought the Speedy B25 in monogram. Now with the monogram Speedy B25 that I bought instead of the Syracuse PM, they both have vachetta leather, and I thought it was really comfortable. And I love the monogram Speedy B25. But when the Pochette Matisse came out, I felt like, do I need two monogram bags? You know, they have the similar functionality. I felt like they had the similar capacity. So I got the reverse monogram Pochette Matisse and sold the monogram Speedy B25. There was nothing wrong with the monogram Speedy B25. I was worried about the vachetta leather sometimes, but not really. I thought it was a really cute bag. That is one bag that I kind of regret selling. I wish I kind of had it. But then again, I have the Speedy B25 in Damier Ebene, so maybe I don't want two of the same thing in different prints. I don't know. I sold the monogram Speedy B25 to get the Pochette Matisse in reverse monogram, but that one had glazing issues. And at that time, everybody seemed to be having glazing issues. And I just didn't want to have a bag where I have to worry about something like that. And what if they don't cover me? What if they, you know, I just didn't want to deal with it. And some people in YouTube seem to have that same issue with 2 or 3 of their bags that they got. I thought, okay, I'm just gonna, as much as and the other thing I didn't like about the Pochette Matisse is the clasp, the S-lock. It would just come undone. I don't know what happened. It was just, I would definitely lock it. And then as I'm walking around, it would come undone. And I took it to Louis Vuitton a couple times and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. So when it was deemed to be defective with the glazing, I said, good riddance. So I got rid of that. So it was returned back, then I got the store credit, for which I got the multi-pochette accessoire with that store credit, and I got the, which I still have, and I got the giant monogram kirigami, which I sold. The giant monogram kirigami I sold because I love the large size, but I never use the medium size, and the small size, I know people use it to store their credit cards, but what nobody said is that when you need a credit card, I had to like literally take out all my credit card and go through it. I couldn't, because it doesn't expand out. You can't just expand that kirigami pouch to see what exactly all the cards are. They would be like stacked all together. Does that make sense? The middle size, maybe I should have kept it. The large size, actually, I use a large size a lot as a casual clutch. But I thought, if I'm gonna sell it, you know, it should be a set. So I sold it to somebody local. In retrospect, I regret selling the giant monogram kirigami because I thought it was beautiful. I wish I kept that. And the multi-pochette accessoire I still have that I still love. And because I got multi-pochette accessoire, I sold the pochette accessoire in Damier Ebene and Damier monogram. I got the monogram in the old version. That means it had no pocket. And I got the Damier Ebene pochette accessoire in the new version, which has the inside pocket. I basically sold both of them because my Damier Ebene, I started to see, if you notice, the zipper on that goes up, and that's how you strap. But where it goes up, there's canvas, that's folded canvas. And depending, it's hard to explain, but the cloth of the zipper would kind of rub against the corner of the canvas, and I had holes. I mean, I made a video about what was wrong with these pochette accessoire design on my video, and I'll try to find it and link it below, but that was what was problem with it. So when I got the multi pochette accessoire, I sold both of the regular pochette accessoire and kept them because I felt like it was similar function. So sold the pochette accessoire and instead replaced it with multi pochette accessoire, which I love. I still have and I still wear. Before I bought the regular pochette accessoire and damier bean, I had bought used, and that damier bean was bought from Louis Vuitton store, and at the time it was $500. I thought, oh my God, it's so expensive. But of course now it's a lot more. Before that, I had bought used vernis red, I think it was called cerise, pochette accessoire in red. It was beautiful, like sparkly. It's the vernis leather, and I thought, this is great. And then there was a little bit of a speck off, and I realized that with vernis, I didn't know. I just thought, oh, pretty bag, right? Buy it. Great. I was wearing it all the time, and then there was a little speck, and I realized there's no way to fix a little speck that's been like grooved out. It was like, you can't fix that vernis leather. So I sold that. I was too paranoid to use it. So with the damier bean, it was much more easier for me to enjoy using it casually. Of course, then the damier bean had problems with it. Okay, so now let's go to Totally MM and damier bean that I had purchased. Okay, I sold that bag because I did not like the two side pockets. The Totally MM has a side pockets, exterior side pockets, and the side of the bag is curved. So when you put your hand in, I just didn't like the feel of it. And I felt like I had to reach really deep to get anything out. The other thing I didn't like about the Totally MM, which there's a lot of people love it. That's a great little bag with a zipper and big, it's about the size of, I felt like it was about the size of Speedy B 30. Okay. The other thing is, the pockets, there are two pockets on each exterior sides. One on left, one on right. And I never could figure out where I put my keys or my phone. I would have to, like 95% of the time, would have to check both pockets and it would be in one of it. And that sort of irritated me. And at just around that time, I was starting to get a little irritated with the functionality of Totally MM for me. Iena MM came out, and Iena MM had one front pocket with a zipper. It felt like it was a little bit bigger in capacity than the Totally MM, even though the size is the same. By the way, I have done videos comparing these two. So I sold the Totally MM eventually and replaced it with Iena MM, which I got in Scotland. That was a fantastic trip. We bought it in Edinburgh, and I remember going, like, we got there, I had no idea that they closed so early. The stores closed like at 6 o'clock in the evening, which is unheard of in the US. But so we found out that they closed in 10 minutes. We took the cab. It was just so much fun. But I still have those memories. I still have the picture, but the bag is no longer with me because I sold that bag because after I bought that bag and brought it home to the US, I realized there were some videos going around and some people were saying that sharp corner, it's a folded corner. And any canvas bag with folded corners were, not any, some of them were starting to have holes or it would wear down quickly. And that really worried me because at that time I didn't know that if it happened quickly, that, you know, early on in your ownership that they might replace it. I didn't know anything about that. So I was thinking to myself, oh my gosh, if this wears down really quick, then I'm out like over $1,000 and that's a lot of money. So I don't know. I was too worried to use it. I know a lot of people have that bag and absolutely love it. So now, I don't know if that's not an issue for a lot of people, like, did I make a mistake? So sometimes that comes into my mind, but you know, whatever. We don't look back. So I sold that bag because I was worried about the corner. And I bought the Estrella MM used from a local consignment store. And I still have that. And somewhere in between there, I had bought, somebody local was selling the Favorite MM, which was in monogram, which I thought, everybody was talking about the favorite MM, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is great. Cute little bag. You can wear it over the shoulder, crossbody. So cute, functional. I bought mine, and the magnet would, if I filled it up, it would not line up. It would sort of be skewed. There was, right by the magnet, there was like an indentation, like a folded line. It wasn't folded, but it was like a line across in the front. And that bugged me that it was not that secure. The magnet was not very strong with my pochette, my favorite MM. When I sold the favorite MM, or right around that time, I saw an older bag called Looping Mini. And I saw somebody talk about on Facebook group how they converted that bag to a crossbody bag or shoulder bag. So I talked to that person. I even made a video on how to convert it. I bought 3. Yes, 3. This is the only time I bought 3 of the same bag, exactly the same bag, because I bought it, I converted it, I thought this is great. So I bought it for myself and I bought it for my mom and my daughter. Unfortunately, you know, my mom didn't want it. And I thought, do we need 2? My daughter could sometimes, you know, she comes home. So I decided to sell the 2 and keep 1. And I still have the Looping Mini. And right now my daughter has it. She loves using that bag. And it's such a casual, easy, you know, fits plenty. She wears a crossbody because I converted it. And it's a great bag, Looping Mini. And I'll try to link that video below. My Lock Me BB came out, and it was over the shoulder, crossbody, get the theme here. I love the clasp, it was a leather bag. Loved it. I bought it in red from Louis Vuitton store. And then within half an hour, I came home. More I looked at it, I thought, this is digging into my shoulder. I returned it within half an hour. I didn't even, you know, I opened it. I thought, this is a mistake. So I went back to the store, same day, to the same essay, and I said, I'm so sorry, but this isn't going to work for me. And he was really, really nice. And so I was able to return the red My Lock Me BB. And it's a great bag. I still think it's an adorable bag, but I don't know why at that time that I felt like it was so heavy, especially when I was wearing it crossbody. Now I'm not sure if I feel the same way. You know, this is kind of a, I don't want to use the word journey, but we change, our tastes change, our what we can tolerate change. So did I make a mistake? I mean, those of you who have that bag, do you still love it? Are there issues? I didn't keep it long enough to know what the issues are. I think instead of My Lock Me BB, I got the Speedy B20 in empreinte leather with the outside pocket in red. I still have that Speedy B20. One wallet that I sold is Sarah Retira wallet. These are those large wallets that have 16 card slots. I could put my regular size phone in there. I could use it as a clutch. But right around the time I thought, you know, I have a lot of smaller bags. I don't want to change in and out of, you know, purses. I think I'm going to sell it. I sold that one and eventually got the Zoe wallet, which I absolutely love. And I don't think the way I use my bags, I don't see myself needing a large size wallet. So I think that was a good sale. I sold it to somebody local. One of the first bags that I bought with my own money is Speedy B30 in Damier Ebene. And Speedy B30 in Damier Ebene, I was so in love with that bag because that was one of the first bags that I had bought. I had sold a piano that I had, because I bought another piano. I had this piano since I was like a child, and it's been sort of moving around the country with me. And when I got the new piano, I decided to sell that one because who needs 2 pianos? And with that money, I bought the Speedy B30. And I absolutely loved it. But every time I wore it, my husband said, that looks big on you, especially when I wore it crossbody. I'm 5'2". So when I wore that crossbody, it looked like I was carrying luggage. So that's why I got the Speedy B25 in Damier Ebene, which I still have. Actually, I bought that used Speedy B 25 and that may have been I bought it. But when my daughter went to Europe on vacation, I've asked her to buy a brand new one of that and sold the older used Speedy B 25 in that may have been. So I pretty much bought exactly the same bag but new. So I still have that. I still love that. Another item that I bought and sold is Speedy B 25 in Empreinte leather in Jaipur. It had glazing issues, which was deemed to be defective. I bought it pre-loved, and luckily the Louis Vuitton store replaced and completely fixed it. And as you could see, it's just completely, I think they completely replaced the strap. And this, once I got the bag back, I decided that I didn't want to keep it, especially because I was starting to see some issues with some other Empreinte Speedies where the imprinting was fading significantly. So I decided to sell that while it was in excellent condition. Another bag that I bought and sold is Petite Noé. I was in love with the Petite Noé concept, the look. I thought it looked really cool. And I was able to get a Petite Noé. I think I bought it from Fashion File. I think I even did an unboxing. I forget exactly where I bought it, but in Epi Sapphire, it was beautiful blue. I loved it, but as I continued to wear it, I thought it felt a little bit heavy, especially if I put a lot of things in. The strap is very stiff and it would dig into my shoulder. And the other thing is the Epi leather, as much as what everybody says is just, you know, indestructible, to me, it was not indestructible. Somehow I got a little indentation. I don't know if it was due to my nail or what, and I couldn't get the indentation out. And somehow there was a little bit of a scratch and there was no way to fix it. So I sold that one and got the monogram Petite Noé, which I still have. And so I think that's it. I'm a little bit weary of selling these days because of all the scammers and problems with mail, and I just don't want to go through the hassle. So I haven't sold anything, even though I might be thinking of selling because I'm a little bit scared. If it was somebody near me, or, you know, if I knew that nothing, you know, the transaction was going to go smoothly, it'd be one thing. And to try to sell it on resale market, I would take a bath in most of the things. So I am not, it's okay, I can keep it. Anyway, so, God, that's a lot. Oh my goodness, the time and energy wasted, right? Don't tell my husband. Don't tell my husband. But you know what? It's fun. It was fun. I got to try a lot of different bags, and I have to say I didn't lose that much money. In fact, I think I pretty much broke even in all of these sales. If not, you know, I didn't take a bath on any of it. So, yay for me, yay. So, no regrets. Of the ones that I sold, which one do I wish that I kept? Sometimes Iena MM, but I still worry about the corner. But I know a lot of people love that bag. And I personally, I think that is if they redid the bottom of that bag, I'd be buying it in an instant. I regret selling the Speedy B 25 in monogram. I think it's so cute. I think it's so casual, so cute, so chic. But I have the Dami Bean, and I don't think it makes sense for me to have both. I regret selling the LV Kirigami, giant monogram Kirigami, which was, I think, you know, it was like a limited edition. I wish I kept that one, but you know, there was a reason why I sold it. That's it. I think those are the only regrets. Will I buy them back? Never say never, but I have never bought something back that I sold. Because I'm afraid there was a reason why I sold it, so I might feel the same again. So I don't want to make that mistake. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give this a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. Please subscribe and clicking the bell notification so that you would be notified every time I upload more videos. Thanks so much, guys, for sticking with me till the end, and I will see you next time, and hopefully it'll be a travel vlog with my puppy. Okay, bye.